All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Garage Talk Sports. I'm Mills,
I'm Bobby.
And I'm Nick.
and we're back in the garage bringing another episode to you guys. A lot of MLB and NBA talk coming at you. NFL schedules were released last week. We didn't cover it. We wanted to mix it up and not just come across super NFL heavy. But we're gonna get into it today because we can't go more than 1 week. But we'll start off right now with the MLB talk. I had a question for you guys. The most impressive MLB teams this year. I just kind of wanted to ask it, mostly because I want to say the White Sox are the most impressive team. I've been waiting for a while for this, so it feels good to say that they have the best run differential, best winning percentage in baseball right now. So I have to put them in there as my most impressive team, and I'm giving a shout out to the San Francisco Giants as well. Probably overachieving, but still playing very well. It's kind of cool to see another team that's not the LA Dodgers leading that division right now.
Yeah, no, it is. But you put this question in there because I had to. They're the best team in baseball. I have to go with the White Sox, as much as my pride hurts. But I'll give it to them. They have dominated their division, destroying the Twins. What?
Well, they lost yesterday, but yeah, 16-4. We'll get into some certain things that happened with that game as well. 16-4. Lost yesterday, but won again today. Giolito threw himself a gem. So, it feels good to be on top like that. Who knows where it'll play out later down in the season, but it feels good. It feels good.
Yeah, I think for me, it's hard to not pick the Sox because
they're the easy pick right now.
But for me, I'm looking at the Mets because that's one of those divisions where 4 teams I feel like could win that division, and the Mets are the newest. They got Lindor, and that was supposed to be their big addition to compete with the Braves and Nationals and Phillies, and they're proving that they can. They're first in the division. The Marlins, I don't think anyone's ever going to talk about them for at least a couple of years.
Oof.
But for the Mets to be in first place, they actually have 2 less wins than the Phillies, but they're still in first place for percentages wise. But
okay, yeah,
it's going to be interesting.
Math.
I know the Braves, Phillies, and Mets are going to be there, and it's good to see that the Mets didn't start off 6-20, where it's it's okay. They're going to have a decent season, but they're never going to be in the playoffs.
Too much talent on that team for them to not be playing this well.
Yeah, especially finally get some help for Jacob deGrom, so he doesn't have to just pitch complete shutouts for them to win when he pitches.
Yeah, he's on the IL for 10 days.
Oh,
Yeah.
We'll see what they're made of, right?
Yeah, screw my fantasy team.
Well, that's the way she goes, right?
Yeah, it's the way the cookie crumbles, man.
Yeah.
Hey, but you can't have Jose Abreu and then have super good first couple weeks and then just not have any injuries.
Did. I tried to offer someone a little bait trade. Jose Abreu for Trevor Bauer. Didn't go. I was really hoping it.
I don't think that was going to happen.
No, it wasn't going to happen. But
it is what it is. I wanted to shout out, like I said already, but the Giants, we talked about them last week, thought maybe they're pretenders. And they might be, but got to give credit where credit is due. They're first in that division. Their pitching staff has been very good. Kind of performing against the odds right now because no one really pegged them to be this good.
No.
They're one of those teams where you look at their roster and you're like, if you haven't been a baseball fan for a couple of years, you don't know who Buster Posey is. And if you're not super into baseball, you really don't know who Mike Yastrzemski is. And those the 2 big names. You're like, who are all these people?
But Buster Posey,
he's a household name.
I mean, he hasn't been doing the greatest.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So if you just started watching 2 years ago, you're probably not going to remember Buster Posey from when him and Madison Bumgarner.
Oh yeah,
back the MVP years, Buster.
Yeah, the best combination of pitcher and
fair
catcher.
Enough. Okay, fair enough. I get what you're saying there. But
with this division, the Dodgers are only 2 games back, really, and San Diego is only. I think they're only a game back. So
it's a tight. It's
going to be a tight race. They have to keep this play up if they obviously want to.
It has to be. They have to sustain it. But you know what? We're this far in, and they've done it so far. So it's only fair to acknowledge it and give props to it. Because also, I'm going to shout out our friend Cole. He is a San Francisco Giants fan. So Cole, don't say I don't do anything for you.
Hey, he finally got his team. Finally, is doing something.
Yeah, right.
5 years.
I mean, it's kind of cool though because we figured it was going to be Padres and Dodgers running away with the division. And even if it's just for a little bit, the Giants are making them work to.
I feel
take
when
the
we
division.
first, when I was talking about the Mariners and how Bobby was saying how good they're doing, it's that was just kind of a fluke start to a season. This is now an extended period of good baseball where it's I don't see them being in the playoffs in the long run, but the fact that they've been doing this for multiple games over
Yeah.
over 2 months now.
It tells you they're
Yeah.
closer than we may think they are
Yeah.
to being a team that can fight for that division.
Yeah, they just got to keep their play up.
Yeah, no, they just got to keep it up. They're a big surprise so far this year, but there are some other surprises going on in baseball. You know, the Twins. What's going on, Minnesota?
I had them winning the division.
Yeah, they're the worst team in baseball.
Yeah,
It was supposed to be them and the White Sox pushing each other all year for that number 1 spot in the Central, and here they are, dead last. It's kind of just, I'm shocked, honestly. I wasn't expecting it. They have not gotten very good starting pitching. Bullpen hasn't been doing great.
Yeah.
I mean, Sano and Cruz are still, well, actually, Sano's batting numbers are down, but he hit a 3-home run night yesterday. So
yeah,
he single-handedly won the Twins their game, basically.
Which is sad. But, I mean,
I think it's just one of those divisions where the Sox are good. The Indians are playing decently still, even though they lost Lindor. And it's just like they're playing those games against those guys, and they're not competing against the Sox. Because the Sox,
honestly,
the only game they've lost to the Twins was yesterday.
Yeah.
They're 5-1.
And the Royals are playing very good baseball as well.
But what's killing them is their pitching.
Yeah. They're not getting it.
Like Kente Maeda, what has he been doing? I think he's their ace, right?
He's supposed to be their ace.
He's supposed to be. They're struggling.
Want to throw another at? He's on my fantasy team, man. I got every bad starting pitcher on my team.
Well, you have DeGrom.
He's injured, man.
Good. Yeah, but he's good. It's not his injury doesn't make him suddenly a bad pitcher.
I know, but he's injured right now. So
yeah, I get it.
have is garbage pitching. But yeah,
you also had Hendricks. Do you still have Hendricks?
Yeah, I still have him. He got me like 30 points. So
okay.
He's staying in the rotation.
You'll put him in to get blown out.
Yeah, then he's gonna get blown out next game. I already know. But
it's just every other.
Kente Maeda has been just getting destroyed every game pretty much at this point. Like
I feel like it's one of those things where sometimes the team loses games for the starting pitcher. I feel like their starting pitchers are losing games for the team. It's hard to. I mean, when the Sox blew them out 16-4, like you're never gonna think that you're gonna score double-digit runs. So when the other team does it, you're like, okay, this game's probably a loss. You already chalk it up statistics-wise. But even when you're giving up 8 runs, it's like we have to be on, or else we're gonna lose this game.
Yeah, they're just all in all struggling pretty heavily. Not getting the same kind of production from Max Kepler. He's a big part of that lineup. Nelson Cruz has 10 home runs, but
you look at Byron Buxton and Nelson Cruz are both on fire hitting wise, and it's still not enough.
But Buxton's out now. So.
Well, yeah, Buxton's been out, but I'm saying like before, it's like you would think that would do anything, but
now you could clearly tell they are feeling Buxton being out.
They're 2-8 in their last 10 games. Yeah, and I feel like that's mainly Buxton being there.
I mean, you need pitching, right? It's not there at all on the bump for that team. Bullpen isn't doing well. Starters aren't doing well. They're missing their best player. One of their 2 best power hitters is having a really slow start to the year in Sano.
Yeah.
Outside of his 3 home runs he had yesterday, he had 4 total and was hitting like 140. Grandal's hitting like 155, but his on base percentage is over 500.
Yeah, that man gets walked.
He gets walked like 3. He'll go 1 or 0 for 1 with 3 walks on the game, and you're just like, you know what? He gets on base.
Yeah,
I feel like that's one of those. We were talking about Billy Bean. The
the
Moneyball stuff.
Quote,
it's like,
why do we want him?
Yeah, it's like okay,
he gets on base.
It doesn't matter if you go 1 for 10 and 10 at bat, but if you have 30 at bats where you're getting walked 20 times, or you're getting sack flies helping the team.
Yeah,
you could still be batting 126, but you're making
contributing
such a much bigger impact.
Yeah, he gets on base. He's a patient hitter. He gets walked, and it's kind of funny, honestly. You just sit there like, this dude gets walked more than he swings the bat at this rate.
It's like bench warmers. I mean, he just ducks all the way down.
Yeah, but he doesn't move. It's fun to watch. They're playing, and they're winning with small ball, the White Sox.
And it's weird, too, because I feel like when Eloy went out, it was like the team's still good, Sox-wise.
Mm-hmm.
The team's still good, but, okay, we're losing a piece. And then Roberts went down.
And you're like,
and then now it's like, okay, now they're going to go down for a little bit. They might pick it up. But I feel like after Robert got hurt, they've picked it up.
They don't have the power numbers, but it is so much. It's really fundamentally sound baseball right now.
Yeah, at the end of the day, are you getting wins? That's all that matters.
It's get on base and drive them in however you can. Now that 16-4 game, they had a lot of slugging and everything. That was an offensive breakout. But then outside of that game, they're still, I think, 28th in home runs this year, but number 1 in run differential.
Yeah, hey, that's all that counts.
Yeah, they just keep, if they're going to hit them to the gap every time, you'll take it. You don't need to hit the long ball every at bat to win games.
I would have to assume that the Twins are probably worst in run differential.
Prop.
I don't want to say that as a certain thing, but like
I don't know how there would be anyone worse if they have the worst record. But I'm no statistician. I don't understand.
Let us know in the comments who you think is the worst team in baseball right now.
Yeah, let us know.
I have, my surprise was the Dodgers. I'll kind of put my 2 cents into that question already. I did have the Dodgers, but we kind of talked about that. I'm just surprised they're in third. It's not like they're doing bad. It's weird seeing them in third.
That whole division's a surprise, you could say.
But my biggest surprise that I realized is the Seattle Mariners have been no-hit twice this year.
At home.
Were they no-hit yesterday?
Yeah, they were no-hit yesterday by
I fell asleep before.
Spencer Turnbull, who it's like, okay, that's a stupid name to get no-hit by.
But the worst, at home, though. Like,
They've been no-hit at home. They've been no-hit 2 times this year. They've been no-hit 4 times in the past 3 years. I want to look up the stats. I probably am right now after Bobby starts doing a surprise. I want to say the Mariners, even though they started in like 1990, I have to argue that they're probably the most no-hit team in the history.
Philip Humber threw his perfect game in 2012 again. Do you know who Philip Humber is?
No.
He threw a perfect game in 2012 against the Mariners.
If a random game in like the last 15 years and it was a no-hitter or perfect game, and you had to like guess for $10 to win, you better say Seattle Mariners was the hitting team because
that had to be the team that got no hit.
Well,
but hey, Jared Klenick had a nice debut
after his 0-4 debut, and Lucas Gilbert, who it wasn't Julio Rodriguez. I thought Rodriguez was the guy getting called up. Gilbert gets up. He only pitches 4 innings, gives up 5 runs, and just gets absolutely destroyed.
I thought
Klenick came his second game, and he hit a home run in his first at bat, and then he went 3 for 4.
I thought that was his first game.
No, his first game was 0 for 4, and everyone's
he had to warm up.
Oh no! Like,
he had a good second game.
Pitcher gets blown out, hitter goes 0 for 4, and then all of a sudden, bam, 3 for 4. It's like, okay, we're okay.
This is our future. Ran off the mound in 3 and 1/3 inning, 0 for 4. No, but his second game was pretty good.
Yeah,
so you got to be excited for that.
Biggest surprise: Mariners not being able to hit the ball. And I was on Twitter, and Mariners posted that they lost 5-0, like, oh, get him next time or whatever. Someone found out their hitting coach right now, his MLB stats, he batted like 172 times or something. He got like 6 hits. Like his batting percentage is like less than 0.5. I'm like, why is he your hitting coach? Like, why? Who goes out there and goes like, we're going to get a hitting coach who hits less than 0.05.
You know what the saying is, those who can't play teach, but
those who can't play at all shouldn't teach the sport that you're playing.
Apparently this guy can't teach very well.
Yeah, if you can't hit, you should not be a hitting coach, that's for sure.
Yeah, well,
that's just
take it up. Write a letter to the GM.
It sucks to be you, Nick.
I'm like, hey, I don't know how to hit a baseball in the MLB. I'm just as good as him.
Yeah, go apply for that.
Yeah, right. I have as many hits as he does in his MLB career.
Dude, my biggest surprise though is Keegan Thomas.
I don't know who that is.
He is a relief pitcher that the Cubs just called up.
No,
he has 11 innings pitched.
Give me one guess. I would have guessed
0 earned runs. So,
how many innings pitched?
11. But,
okay.
I mean, he's a relief pitcher. So, that's pretty good.
No, that's solid. 11 innings, no runs. What's his base on? How many walks or anything?
I don't. Like,
fair enough. I caught you off guard with that one.
I honestly, so far, I'm impressed with him. I didn't think he'd be that good, especially their bullpen is not great. So, I've been pleasantly surprised by it.
Good for him.
And Nico Horner has been playing pretty great. Now, let me tell you, stop starting Eric Sogard. Just start him. I hate Eric Sogard. Stinks.
Yeah, do you still hate Jock Peterson too?
I mean, if he could hit, then I'm fine with it. But
yeah, what was your reaction when he thought he hit a walk-off and it was just a fly out? Did you see that?
Okay, but Cubs fans can't be mad. Have you ever been to a game at Wrigley? A light pop fly that barely gets over maybe 15 feet. And then it's like a pop fly to the second baseman, and you're like...
It's like number 1 rule. Run.
Like, well, it was caught. It doesn't matter.
I know, but still, what you think you're Superman or something? Like, dude,
to be fair, it's that time of year where certain hits would be... Give it a month. If it was 2 months later in the season, that hit was going to be a home run.
Yeah, probably. But.
So, And Yasmani Grandal did it yesterday. He thought he did the whole bat drop and everything.
Oh, dude, that's embarrassing.
He's like, I ripped that, and it died at the warning track. But then his next at bat, he ripped one out of the park.
I
so
mean, then he redeemed himself.
But we're seeing that a little bit. It's that time of year.
Yeah.
When the weather's not right, it happens.
Yeah. But as long as Jock Peterson can keep hitting the ball, I'm fine with it.
You're fine with it. Schwarber, home run in his return.
Dude,
that was cool.
After Chris Bryant left him a Twix out in left field.
I thought it was a Butterfinger. It was a candy bar. It was a Twix.
Yeah.
He left him some candy in the outfield.
Best
friends.
And Schwarber attributed it to that.
To hitting the home run.
So are you having saying Chris Bryant's responsible for the home run?
Yeah, but I like Schwarber. So
fair enough.
It's just a cool story. You come back.
No, it's fun. It's funny.
Yeah, and
it's always
Lester.
nice.
Lester, that was his first game back as well, right?
Lester and Schwarber both came back.
Yeah,
I forget they're both on Washington.
Yeah,
I just like when a team comes, like when a player comes back and it's not like hatred. Like I feel
standing
MLB,
ovations and like people are excited.
They definitely were like welcome like back.
Yeah,
with
I feel like
they
MLB is usually the most.
Yeah, I feel like
there's certain players in other sports who will be like they'll give a standing ovation, but I feel like for MLB, most of them understand that like when Pujols came back to the Cardinals after being on the Angels, it's like he left to get more money, but they were still like, okay, but you gave us a World Series. Like we're still gonna give you a standing O, even though you could have just stayed here for less money.
Did you see who signed him though?
Yeah, the Dodgers.
The Dodgers. Like, there's no DH spot, so like, what is he just gonna ride the bench and pinch hit?
He said to pretty much Angels fans when he was leaving, he wants to go to a team where he's gonna make an impact and be like an everyday player. And then he picked the Dodgers.
It's like, dude, you just want to ring at this point.
Don't have a DH, and
they don't need a first
Max
baseman.
Muncy is their first baseman, and I think they have a backup first baseman who would still start over Pujols.
But he's already got an RBI or a few RBIs or something like that.
Because he's the machine.
The machine.
The machine. I mean,
not that machine.
Don't get me wrong.
The other machine.
I always liked Albert Pujols, but like, it's like, dude, come on.
The Dodgers. If he's chasing a ring, he's chasing a ring.
I wish he would have just said that though. Like, just be like, I want another chance to win a ring. I'm only going to be here for 2 more years, and I'm sorry, but Angels are not in probably the next 2 years. They're probably not going to win a ring.
Well, they designated him anyways, so it's not even like he asked. I don't think he even asked for it.
Yeah.
I think
either way, I mean, he's getting up there. Where is he in the home run rankings now? I don't remember. He's got to be top 5.
I want to say he's the leader active. He's the.
He's definitely got to be the active leader. I don't know who else would be close. Maybe Nelson Cruz.
Yeah, maybe.
But I don't even think it's close.
I don't think Nelson Cruz started like he wasn't a super like.
No, it wasn't until after 30 when Cruz really started to establish himself as a power hitter who crushes the White Sox.
Albert Pujols is 5th right now.
Wow.
I was right.
And he wears number 5. Well, maybe not anymore because Corey Seager's number 5. That'll be one of those interesting things.
I don't remember what his number is.
He's
already made an appearance. I just don't know what his not. He hit, like I said, he had an RBI. But
Albert Pujols is 667, and Alex Rodriguez is 696. So he's 30 away from being 4th.
Really? I don't know if he'll get there.
He's 30 away from being 4th, and he's 33 away from hitting 700.
If he's just riding the bench.
I don't know if he'll
get there.
He needs to go play in Houston instead of for LA Dodgers because they have that short porch in left field, and he can just he
can go to the Padres playing Petco.
That's true. Or Colorado. Just go to a place
where
the
Yankees. Yankees have the 315 to the foul poles there. It's little league stuff. New York. Little league stuff.
I really just don't get it. Why wouldn't he go to an AL team?
He's ring chasing. If he's ring chasing, he's ring chasing. I don't have any issue with it. He's up there. He wants another one. That's fine.
Because probably his best chance is in the NL is probably the Dodgers. I would argue that's what he thought. And his best chance in the AL was probably the White Sox. And La Russa said he didn't want him.
He wasn't a fit. Like White Sox didn't need him.
Which I feel like.
And you got to figure
he's just as far out from being a starting player on the Sox as he's the Dodgers. But he's like, yep, Dodgers.
And you have to also figure with, he lived in LA on the Angels.
Yeah.
Now he doesn't even have to temporarily move or anything.
He's just like, hey, I'm just going to stay in my house, but I'm going to change my wall color from red to blue. And
he's just like, instead of driving 15 minutes that way, I'm going to go 20 minutes that way. Yep. That's pretty much that's what it is.
I guess maybe that
no,
can make some sense. It just He's a DH.
I'm surprised
in his
I was
career.
surprised the Dodgers was where he ended up. One, because I don't think the Dodgers, they don't need him.
Yeah.
If they wanted him, whatever.
Like added depth, I guess.
I feel like the Dodgers are one of those franchises in baseball, though, that just gets older players, and they just seem to like just have, they had Chase Utley, and everyone thought his career was done after he left Philadelphia.
Oh, dude,
And,
I
like-
love Chase Utley.
And like
man.
he had
my favorite
like
player back in the day.
he never got back to his prime, but like he had a good 3 years. Where
Yeah,
you're like,
he
okay,
did.
he's back to average. Jimmy Rollins went to
He did.
LA, and he had a couple. Matt Kemp went from LA to San Diego, back to LA, and he kind of regained. It might be just that LA living though. I don't know
they
if it's
live it
anything
up
to do with
there,
the team.
man.
It's just
Yeah.
Just chilling, just sit
just
back.
chilling on the beach.
Hey, I wouldn't mind living in LA.
Well, maybe one day we'll get there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
Move the garage.
Yeah.
Well, a garage with some sand in it rather than just concrete.
Hey, we have this wonderful carpeting just thrown down in here. All right, come on, look at the ambiance in here. This is a great.
It's
It's a great
beautiful.
garage.
It is great.
It's nice. It's nice. But yeah, Albert Pujols, go chase your ring, man. He's got what, 2 years left. I can't blame him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surprised by it, but can't blame him. Is
Yeah.
what it is. Another thing going on, the talk of the MLB. What was it? Second trending on Twitter yesterday.
Yes, it was.
The controversy in baseball, specifically regarding what happened in the Twins White Sox game. For those who don't know, 2 days ago on May 17th, White Sox beating up on the Twins, 15-4, top of the ninth. It's over. We got, what is it, Williams Astudillo or whatever.
Astudillo. I don't know
However you
I don't know his
pronounce
first
it.
name.
He's
It's
just
Astudillo.
a utility infielder / catcher. They put him into pitch because that's what teams do when they're getting blown out.
Yeah.
And your mean Mercedes gets a 3-0 count. The story is that he was told to take. He probably was told to take.
For sure.
I'm not gonna doubt that. I'm not gonna be like, I don't think he was told to take. But either way, he swung at like basically a batting practice pitch, crushed it, and a lot of people were upset. The most upset that I've seen, quite honestly, is Tony La Russa.
That's what I thought too. Like, except for them when they threw behind him, I was like, okay,
Oh yeah,
that
Tyler,
made-
and then yesterday's game, Tyler Duffy threw at him, was ejected, didn't even fight the ejection because he knew he was out there to throw at him.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like
But-
Tyler Duffy's one of those older pitchers. Like Madison Bumgarner is going to throw behind you.
Yeah, well,
because
Madison
he's-
Bumgarner's a soft.
Why-
He's a softy. I
why-
hate that man.
My whole thing is, dude, he's a rookie. You're a Mercedes.
Mhm.
He's having an insane year. Dude, just crank it. Pad those stats at this point, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
just show that you, get paid at this point.
I have no complaint about him swinging at 3-0, except for the fact is he probably was told to take. But okay, he's an adult. It's not like he's a 7-year-old little leaguer who you're like, all right, don't swing if it's 3-0, even if it's right down the middle. No, he's like, if it's 3-0, I only swing if it's right, right in my gut, right there. I'm going to swing at it. But it's a guy who shouldn't even be pitching on the mound. That's my only complaint. I'm like,
dude,
dude, just take the pitch.
this is Major
Whatever.
League Baseball. You're getting
yeah.
paid
You pay.
professionally
He's a
to play
designated.
this. Like,
Here's
like-
my thing with it, right? If he swings on 3-0 and it's a pop out or a ground out, we're not talking about it.
No.
But he hit a home run. He's paid to hit the ball and hit the ball far, so he hit a home run. We had other guys swinging when the count was in their favor with 3 balls against or on them, and they're still swinging, but they're grounding out, they're popping out. Everyone's okay with it, but he hit a home run, and suddenly it's a problem. And then we have Tony La Russa, our old decrepit manager, who's out of touch with the MLB, talking about how there'll be consequences, yada yada. He'll learn to never do that again. Shut up, Tony. Honestly, shut up. Go back to sleep. Sit in your little corner in the dugout and sleep and mismanage a game while you're at it. Let the dude play. Where the White Sox are all about change the game. That's their motto for the season. And then we hired some dude who's like 200 years old, was playing with Mickey Mantle back in the day, and is like, we can't be hitting home runs in baseball. That's just disrespectful. Shut up, Tony. Just shut up. I'm over it. And then you're gonna defend the Twins for throwing at your guy.
yeah,
That's the worst part about it. I hate
That's-
Tony La Russa.
For me, that's the worst part. I understand the point of like, don't swing 3-0. He swings 3-0. Okay, you're not playing the next game. I don't care that you hit a home run. Whatever, you swung at 3-0. That was your choice. But it's like, you're not playing the next game because I told you as my coach. It would be like the same thing. First and second, no outs. They tell Jose ready to bunt, and he doesn't bunt. Okay, you're on the bench next game. You didn't listen to what we wanted you to do. Yeah, you think you can hit a home run, but MLB sends me as the coach said bunt. okay, so he gets benched. Don't when the other team throws behind you. They were losing 15-4. It's not the Sox fault that they beat the crap out of a team.
Yeah.
But it's just like, okay, so just bench him for a game and be like, okay, don't swing it 3-0 when it's a random guy out there who doesn't even pitch. Then that's fine. But don't make it like this is the worst thing to happen in baseball. This is worse than steroids. It's like
it's just a dumb. To me, some of these unwritten rules of baseball are just dumb. And then Lance Lynn, I don't know if you saw, he said that it's time for the unwritten rules of baseball to finally go away.
No, I agree.
And I agree with that to an extent. But then La Russa, once again, being the wonderful locker room presence he is, goes, Lance has a locker, I have an office. Let's just say I don't agree. Dude, I have so many expletives for that old ass man.
Dude, honestly,
I hate him.
Fire what's him. Going to happen is he's going to ruin your guys' season. I'm already calling it.
I hate him so much.
It's going to be because of him that you guys lose.
I don't think that'll happen. I think there'll definitely be a thing of like when they win, if they win, they're not going to contribute it to like, old teams in the past of like Joe Girardi when he won or Bobby Cox when like they were winning. It was like, oh my gosh, greatest manager ever. We love him. I don't think anyone's
they're winning
in
spite of La Russa. And
that's what I'm saying. I feel like it's not like La Russa's not going to ruin it because they're still going to want to play for themselves, like their teammates and the city. But at the end, they're not going to be like, oh my gosh, Tony La Russa, like best manager, like what they did with Joe Madden. Like everyone loved Joe Madden.
Yeah,
but he was a great manager. When La Russa wins, they're going to be like, all right, we did this. We're a great team.
In spite of that old
man. No, he's definitely going to lose his locker room there because if I'm a player in that and he's going like not even sticking up for his guy after getting thrown at, like
it's the next. My whole thing is it's the next game. Like I understand the whole point of like you plow the catcher when they used to plow catchers and you hit him the next at bat. It's like okay, we're pissed off today. The next day, it's a different pitcher. It's not like Tyler Duffy was the guy who he got the home run hit off of him.
Yeah,
it's like,
it just was dumb.
Literally didn't matter at all. And Tony was just like, yeah, that makes sense. I'm like.
He's like, I don't see a problem. And then he goes, he was trying to throw a sinker in. Shut up, La Russa. Shut up. I'm over it. You're dumb. You're an idiot. He's out of touch, man. And, it's one thing to come out and say that you didn't agree with Yermin hitting the home run. Okay. He didn't listen to you trying to take. Whatever. Is what it is. You're upset with him. You have the conversation. You say, listen, you may have wanted to swing away, but I'm the manager. If I tell you to take, you have to take. Just respect that and respect the fact that that's what I want you to do. But it's when the next game that guy gets thrown at and you are such an ass that you're going to sit there and go, "Oh, I don't have an issue with how they handled it." You're apologizing for the home run and defending the guys throwing at your guy. Say what you want about Ricky Renteria, he'd be out there and he'd be defending his guys because that's what managers do. That's what good leaders do.
That is what good managers do.
And Robin Ventura, he probably wouldn't. He'd be like, I don't even know what happened.
Ventura would be like, wait a second, I got to get Dion Viciedo out there somehow.
But like a good manager is like you back your guys no matter what to the media. Like whatever goes on in that locker room, you could yell at them, you could scream at them, whatever you want. But to the media. You go out there and you back Yermin. Like you're a team.
Especially to an opposing team. An opposing team throws at you. You're like, I don't.
Especially when it's a rival. The Twins are a rival. They're not just like some team that you play like 10 times a year in cross interleague play. No, it is your rival. They are like your big rival in the division right now.
Yeah.
And we're gonna sit there and be like, yeah, I'm cool with him throwing at my Rookie of the Year candidate who's picked up the slack on offense for us when we've been down.
Yeah.
Like, have some respect. You want to talk about having respect for the game and everything. Have some respect for your players. Like, what are we doing here if we're going to sit here and allow other teams? If that's the message we're sending, that you can retaliate against our team if you don't like how they treated you. Like, what are you? Like, what are we doing? Just go to sleep. Forget about, don't remember any of the rules of the game or anything. Sleep in the dugout and mismanage it when you wake up. And, I got to pull something. I woke up from my nap.
Like, it's good for the Sox because, like, how many times have they been on the receiving end of just a beatdown? Like, for years, dude. Yeah. I've they've always been, like, now you're top dog. Like, come on. Honestly, I like that.
Just enjoy it. Enjoy playing baseball.
Yeah, dude, like, enjoy it.
I'm fine that he swung away. I will concede that La Russa has a right to be upset that he didn't listen to the tape.
That's my whole thing is just bench him. And then when the media goes, why was Yermin benched? Be like, oh, because he didn't listen to what we told him to do.
Exactly.
It's like, okay, he still hit a home run. It's like, I'm not going to be mad for
Yeah.
doing something you're supposed to do. But it's like, I told you to not take. Or, ninth inning game, and you're like, all right, we're not taking until you see a strike. Swings on the first pitch. It's like, all right, we're benching you for the next game. You didn't hustle somewhere.
I will concede that there is some kind of repercussion to be had for not listening to your manager. But your manager should not defend the other team that threw at you.
Yeah, and to the media.
To the media. He came out and defended it and said, I saw nothing wrong with it. It's just, I'm over it, man. Yeah. But to Lance Lynn's comment, right, it's time for the unwritten rules of baseball to go away. Obviously, Tony La Russa, the genius he is, the wonderful leader he is, disagrees with Lance. Do you guys agree or disagree with him on that?
No, I agree with him. I think it's
agree.
like, dude, it's ridiculous.
No, I mostly agree. Honestly, the only unwritten rule that I have no issue with being there is leaning into pitches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only one that I feel like is truly just disrespectful and kind of a cop-out is to lean into a pitch.
Well, there's unwritten rules that should go away and shouldn't go away because of if rules that are unwritten go through multiple generations of baseball, then it's going to stay. But once we're getting into that new generation of pimping home runs and when you absolutely just take one super deep, you're going to stay
personality.
That's the new. So yeah, unwritten rules from 10 years ago should be gone that way. But no hitter in the top of the ninth inning, you don't bunt. That should not go away. You don't bunt because your team's down 6-0. There's no point to bunt. That's stupid.
Yeah,
or
there's levels of respect
not
to the game.
Rodon's no hitter, that could have been a perfect game. I don't know for sure if he purposely didn't get out of the way or not out of the way, but knowing that it's a perfect game, you should try to get out of the way of getting hit because it's if I crank a single, I'm not going to be I'm not going to run to first for a perfect game, but you could have gotten out of the way of the pitch.
Yeah.
And be
it's ticky-tacky, right? Really, for me, it's leaning into pitches is the big one that I think should stay, especially if perfect games are on the line.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about the bunting with a no-hitter going.
I feel like it's the thing of you hear La Russa's mad about it, and apparently the Twins were mad about it because they threw to him. The rest of the league was kind of we don't really care. So that right there, that unwritten rule should get thrown away.
Trevor Bauer came out and said, if you don't want someone to hit a home run on you 3-1 and go up 16-4, be better, pitch better,
exactly. You're
manage the game better.
You get paid millions of dollars.
Or when Freddie Freeman struck out to Anthony Rizzo.
Exactly.
They were just having fun. It's okay, the Braves are winning this game. It's over. Once you put Anthony Rizzo to pitch, you've conceded the game.
Yeah.
You're okay, it's not the 20th inning.
You're not there to
Rizzo's
save
not
some
the
kind
last,
of respect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he struck him out, and they both laughed about it because it's okay, this game's already over. There's 162 more to play.
Yeah, it's dude, it's one. It's just get over it, man. That's what my whole thing. I think La Russa is blowing it out of proportion. I think he's the main one.
He's the one who's taken it and turned it into such a controversy.
Yeah, it's dude, you are if anything, this makes you look like the worst manager in baseball right now because you're not backing your own guys.
He's horrible, man.
And I feel like he's already been on a bad leg with some of the team, some of the team players who's actually playing for the Sox, and also some of the fans of the Sox. It's and now you're even going to go farther away. It's you should try to bring yourself.
He's going to divide that locker room, and it's going to happen sooner than later because it's one thing to disagree with your players. It's another thing to show them absolutely no respect and just publicly put them down.
Yeah.
And basically, with his comment towards Lance Lynn, he basically came out and said, I am above you.
Yeah.
So your opinion does not matter to me because I am your boss. Yeah. And I don't care what you think.
I think we know why he was fired in the 80s, man.
Dude, this is such a bad... they're in first place in the league.
Yeah, I think
we could manage that team with how good they are.
Yeah,
it's one of those things like Steve Kerr with the Warriors. I think Steve Kerr is a good coach, but when they went 73-9, it's okay, you had Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, and Steph Curry. How hard were you trying?
Draymond Green.
You just put them.
Don't forget about Draymond Green.
Who are we going to pencil in? All right, the 4 best players in the Western Conference right now. Okay, yeah. Okay,
2 of which are the best in the entire league right now.
Oh, man, we won 73 games. I'm the best coach. That's no. Steve Kerr was dude, I'm just chilling right here.
Yeah, I'm big chilling. I sit back. They tell me they come to me and say if they want to play. All I need is a good guy. I just need a good center.
Although I do.
A center who could pass.
I didn't mean to make that, but I have a good segue into this is a surprise debate for you guys. And it kind of rolls into that.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys are going to want to debate me on this, and I don't care if you both want to debate me or not. there's 3 sets of teams in the MLB that play in the same city. Technically, that's what the name is. So you got the New York Mets and the New York Yankees, Chicago Cubs, Chicago White Sox, LA Dodgers, LA Angels.
Okay.
I would argue that the Chicago Cubs and Sox, if you made a super team with just a city, so it just became the Chicago whatever, the LA whatever, New York, I would argue that Chicago is the 3rd worst team if you combine both teams. I don't know how you guys think about that, but I was thinking about this the other day, and I'm like, you know what? Sox have the best record in baseball, but if you combine all the teams on paper, I think they're the worst team.
No, I don't. I think they would be one of the best. I think if not the best. Like,
I'll put them at number 2
Behind LA or behind New York?
behind LA.
Okay. Because my whole thing was I can't argue LA over New York for the simple fact is pitching is not great in their bullpen, for LA. Because they got Walker Buehler. I mean, pretty much you just add Shohei Ohtani to the Dodgers and you have like a solid starting 5. And then you got some bullpen arms that move from the starting 5 in there. But you got Garrett Cole, who is a Cy Young candidate pretty much every year. You got Jacob deGrom, who is probably going to win the Cy Young if he keeps this up. The only side I argue then is the fielding for the New York team. But it's so hard when you look at like the Cubs and Sox.
I will say it's a tough one because dude, that's like.
I mean, I look at it like, look at their entire the entire rotation of, the New York versus Chicago. No disrespect, but I think it's safe to say the entire White Sox starting rotation would be the rotation for that team.
Oh, pitching?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably the entire pitching staff for the White Sox is the one that.
Yeah.
I
will totally agree with that.
And then we have at shortstop, we have Baez or Anderson. I think both of them are better than Lindor or Gleyber Torres. I think both of those guys are better. I don't even know who the third baseman is on the Mets or the Yankees.
Gio Urshel.
You got Pete Alonso would play third because Luke Voigt would play first probably.
If Pete Alonso's your third baseman, I'm taking Chris Bryant or Yohan Moncada.
Yeah.
We'll put Chris Bryant there at third.
Yeah.
I would argue that
Yohan can play second.
I would argue that you'd have Javier Baez and Tim Anderson as your second and shortstop.
Yeah.
Just because Tim Anderson's fielding not great. I mean, Baez's fielding is starting to get down, so I put Baez at short and then Tim Anderson at second.
Okay, so you're already a better infield, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I just look at it like I guess
mean, DJ LeMahieu's no slouch, but I think there's more overall talent in those two than you would have as second baseman and shortstop.
And then you got Contreras as your catcher.
Yeah. Grandal's your backup.
Yeah.
Catcher for sure you win. I feel like you lose both times in outfield.
Really?
Yeah. Well no one's going to beat LA because you got.
Well, yeah, LA runs away.
Yeah.
They run away at the number one spot.
We're arguing New York right now.
And then for the Yankees, you have Stanton and Judge, which I think I would argue that those are probably, with Robert being hurt, but Robert's in, he's the best center fielder. Out of the two, I don't really think the Yankees or Mets really have a solid center fielder. But
I think overall, like, depth of pitching wins for the Chicago team. If I'm going to be entirely honest with you, and I may sound like I'm disrespecting some guys on the New York teams, Abreu is better than Pete Alonso and Luke Voigt at first base. I would take Rizzo is probably at least on par with Alonso. He's better fielding. They're better offensive players, but Abreu is better than both of those guys at your first base. Chris Bryant is better than whoever they put at third base.
Yeah, it's weird to even because you probably put Gleyber Torres at third. Would probably be your.
I'd still think Chris Bryant's better.
Yeah,
because Gleyber Torres isn't a very great defensive. He's just a good bat.
Yeah,
but Chris Bryant is returning to his MVP bat.
Yes, he is.
And if we're going with a healthy Luis Robert, even though he's unproven, I don't really know who they would trot out there at center field for either team.
It'd probably be Judge, Stanton, and Dominic Smith for the Mets.
Okay, so Robert's going to be the better center fielder. So you're winning at the corner outfield positions, and honestly, that's really the only place.
And then I would say second base. Just
maybe
for the
second base
is you're probably moving Anderson or Baez to second, so you're going up against a guy who plays second base.
So you're going with three guys there. You have your top two starters are probably better, but the other three are going to lose out to the Chicago team.
I feel like the New York team has three better starters. You feel like Syndergaard, DeGrom, And
whoa. Syndergaard's
I mean,
just had
you
Tommy
can.
John. So.
no, I know, yeah, but I'm saying like Roberts is healthy, so you're putting you're putting Syndergaard as a healthy.
That's fair, but then the White Sox starting rotation has the lowest team ERA in the MLB.
yeah.
So,
But you're combining two teams, like
and we're just but Bobby's already conceded that the entire.
no,
White
I'm
Sox
saying
starting
but
five
you're
is probably-
combining the Mets and Yankees, which is going to make your team ERA.
Yeah, but
down.
I don't think the Yankees have that much to bring to that outside of Garrett Cole.
Yeah,
Corey Kluber would probably be your 5.
Okay.
And Corey Kluber wouldn't even be a starting 5 on the White Sox.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but you have DeGrom and Garrett Cole, who are I think the 2 lowest ERA guys. So if you put both of them on the same team, you probably have the lowest ERA. They probably get lower than the White Sox, is what I'm saying.
Okay, but so that's 2 starters.
No, I'm saying with all 5 of them put together, their team ERA is going to be lower than the White Sox.
I guess, but I still think you're winning at multiple positions, though. If you look at it individually by your number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 starters, we'll say New York probably takes 1 and 2 with DeGrom and Cole.
Yeah.
And then what do we have? 3, 4, and 5? Probably Lance Lynn, Rodon, and Cease. Or Rodon, Lynn, Cease.
Because what you're saying,
Arrieta,
Giolito
man,
would be-
you gotta throw him in.
Well,
there.
Giolito would be your 1.
Giolito and Keuchel are probably your 1,
1
2.
and 2.
Because if we go based off of the way that
And then third,
rotation,
you would probably have to say Rodon, just based on.
yeah. So Rodon,
So
then
Rodon
Lynn, and
versus
Cease, and
Syndergaard.
Cease is actually starting to really figure it out
And he can hit.
on the mound. Yeah, and he can hit. But I don't know. I think they would mostly win that one.
Yeah, I
think
feel
they
like
have the
that was
better
my
advantage.
one that
And then
was
you
going.
think bullpen.
Yeah,
Mets have a
bullpen.
horrible bullpen.
Bullpen
I
for
couldn't tell
sure.
you outside of Aroldis Chapman. I don't really know.
Edwin Diaz, who blows saves left and right.
Okay.
But that was my whole thing of like, I said LA would easily be the best team
Yeah,
combined.
I don't even think it's close there.
New York, I had second slightly just based on that they both play in New York. I feel like they get more of the, praise because like, oh, it's New York City or whatever. And I put it mostly as it would be the Sox with a couple additions of the Cubs. So I'm like, if you're taking the Sox and you're combining the Mets and the Yankees, I'm like, I feel like in a 7-game series, the New York super team would win.
I don't know, man.
I don't know, man. I would have faith.
I'm
in
going to
our
stand
Chicago
strong
team.
on they'd be number 2. I don't think
anyone's touching LA.
Yeah,
just for
LA
the
is
simple
just-
fact
That's
is,
just
because if
insane.
you break that down,
They
when
pretty
you
much
go
have two-
Bellinger, Trout, and Betts,
yeah,
and then first base probably Muncy
yeah,
now.
probably. And you got Albert Pujols
and
He's
Jared
back.
Walsh.
and Jared Walsh.
Yeah.
Dude, it's like, yeah, that would be one crazy team. in LA.
Anthony Rendon.
Anthony Rendon. You got Justin Turner. You got I can't remember, Corey Seager. Like
Yeah,
you're
you just
pretty
you have a lot of talent.
catcher. They have Will Smith and Kurt Suzuki. So you're pretty much the White Sox win on the catcher, and then everyone
Yeah.
else. Is
Dude,
just kinda
how
like,
old is Kurt Suzuki?
I don't know.
He has to be like,
He used to play for the
old.
Mariners.
Dude,
Like,
he has to be.
he was
so
the catcher.
old.
He probably like it was Miguel Olivo, and then it was Kurt Suzuki was like the guy who replaced him when I first started watching the Mariners, and he's still in the league.
Yeah,
I'm
because
like,
like, dude, I remember watching him as a little kid.
Man's making a killing out here.
Yeah.
hey, he's one of those guys though. Just he plays like Buster Posey is going to be one of those guys. Like, he's just going to keep playing for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Which is weird at catcher because I feel like catcher's one of
Yeah,
those
dude,
things.
that's
that's
like,
got to have
like
the
Joe
shortest.
Mauer. Joe Mauer moved to first after like 17 years because like he
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
much couldn't bend down and stand up again.
He was on the Twins, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
He's the name that I think of when I hear the Twins.
The
Yep.
trainer was like, dude, you can't play catcher anymore because literally when you go down for like more than 2 innings, it takes you like 6 years to stand. But I'm like, oh man,
How are you going to throw someone out trying to steal? Man, you
ah!
just whip
Just
it.
one of those.
Like,
The guy gets on first, who can steal. He steals second. All right, walk the bases loaded. No more movement.
no more.
Okay,
Yeah.
I just wanted to bring that up because it's something that I thought and like I didn't put a lot of thought into. So I'm like, I'm not going to research things. I'm just gonna have a surprise debate. Because like,
Impromptu, boom.
if I came out and was just like stats, I'd be like, oh, I just wrecked you guys in a surprise debate that really wasn't.
I mean,
surprising.
Yeah,
but-
well, once
I'll
our
give it
Twitter
credit.
voters
Yeah,
get
those-
involved, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Those 3 teams would be insane. They would.
And then like they're the only because you don't want to do like Houston and Texas because they're not technically the same city. I mean, you
Yeah.
could and stuff like that, but it's like
I
then
will
you
say,
pretty
though,
much combine every 2 teams.
The one thing that would work out in favor of that Chicago team versus LA is I don't know what it is, but Lance Lynn dominates Mike Trout. Very weird. If you look up John Boy Media, he does a breakdown of Trout's stats against Lance Lynn, and he makes Trout look like a below average scrub.
Yeah.
The
only problem with that is
220 against him.
Lance Lynn will make Trout go over 3, but the other 8 guys that are could technically be all-stars if they, weren't playing with
Oh,
every
no, I
other
know.
player. It's like, but Mike Trout went over 4.
You would win that
Yes.
matchup at the number 3 spot.
Yeah.
No, that was a good one.
Yeah, that was a good question.
Great way to kind of wrap up that MLB talk. Leave it in the comments or on Twitter, guys. Let us know the LA super team, Chicago super team, or New York super team. Where do you rank them? 1, 2, 3?
And it's nice to know because like Bobby knows a lot about the Cubs. We kind of know about the Cubs because it's the same city.
Yeah, same
but, like,
city,
we
but-
don't live in New York or LA, so like maybe
Yeah,
you guys know
fill
more
us
about
in.
like
Don't hesitate. Roast us if we're being disrespectful to Pete Alonso or anything
Corey
like that.
Kluber, dude, come on.
Dude,
Dude.
come on. He stinks.
Come
all right?
on. Come on.
Come on.
But whatever. Moving on from MLB, though, we'll talk about it next week, obviously.
Yeah.
But moving on,
It's gonna be the next
NBA
6
play-ins
months.
are happening. I believe we've had one of the Western Conference games.
I will
No,
look it up right now
it
because
starts
it's-
May 22nd. Pretty sure.
No, the playoffs start May 22nd. The
Oh,
play-in games
play-ins.
are happening now.
Yeah,
So,
didn't Memphis or
So,
no,
right,
Charlotte just
Charlotte's
lost their
out.
play-in.
the whole thing is so it's like 7 will play 10, and if 10 loses, they're out. But 8 will play 9, and whoever loses that game then plays the 7 wins and they're in.
Okay.
So then like 8, I don't remember how it works. I'm gonna look it up right now, the play-in stuff because
Yeah, it's
like,
something weird.
So, like, if the lower seed wins, they have to play another
yeah,
game?
if the lower seed
Okay.
like it's double elimination if you're the higher seed. If you're the worst seed and you lose, you're done.
Dude, that's kind of weird. Like, just do
It's
a
con-
one and done, man. Like
why?
baseball. Like,
It's like a half round robin, half sudden death.
yeah, it's like,
Very weird. But yeah, no, they did happen. Charlotte lost to
I will explain it. So Charlotte lost to Indiana. So Charlotte's done.
Pacers.
Wizards lost to the Celtics. The Wizards are playing Indiana. So whoever wins that
Was
game,
Indiana the 10?
Indiana was I think they were the 10.
That would be okay. So only 7 teams are going in then.
8 teams are going in. So right now the Celtics beat the Wizards.
What is
And the Celtics beat the Wizards and they're in as a 7th seed.
Uh-huh.
Now the Wizards lost and the Pacers won. So now it's the Pacers versus the Wizards.
The
Then whoever
first
wins-
time I thought you said
Yeah.
the Celtics have to play the.
No.
Oh,
so the
okay. So
Wizards
now
are,
the 8 and the 10 have to play for number 8.
yeah. I think
That's kind
how
of
it
dumb.
works. Well, yeah, because you would think
Come on, give it.
Yeah,
so
They had to
Celtics-
beat the 7. What are-
Celtics won and Pacers won. They should both be in. Like they're the two
Yeah,
teams that won.
why-
yeah.
Why are we
'Cause
making
7
it so
should play 10 and 8
complicated?
should play 9, but I think they played 7 and 8 played and 9 and 10 played. So Hornets were 9, Pacers were 10. Pacers win, so they have to beat the loser of the other side.
Okay,
When they
okay,
could've just
I get it now.
Which-
I think that's a little bit too much. I like the idea of the play-in games,
Yeah.
but either make it like the MLB wild card is just win and you're in.
yeah.
If you want to try and monetize it a little bit more, make it a best of 3 or something.
No,
but
dude,
just-
like
it just-
one and done.
I feel
is
like
how
a
it
one and
should
done-
be.
Well, no, one
should
and
just
done works.
works.
But my point is the way Nick broke it down for us. It feels like they're just trying to like get a little bit more like money out of it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, because they're turning 2 games into 3.
Yeah, it's not
Because-
necessary. It's a good idea overall.
Yeah.
But just
I think
tweak it.
7
One
should,
and done.
7 should play 10 and 8 should play 9. The 2 winners of the game
Win and
move
you're
on.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, it's definitely how it should
I like
go.
the idea. It brings something interesting.
Yeah.
I
So-
just depressed that the Bulls still couldn't make it. Like they added 2 more teams that are technically in the playoffs, and the Bulls are still like, you know what? We'll pass.
You can't be shocked. The Bulls had a rough
Yeah.
stretch
Oh,
once
yeah.
that Vucevic, however you say his name, trade happened.
It's rough. Like we said last week, bad this year, but
It'll be better.
hopefully something's gonna
Yeah.
happen in the offseason, and it's gonna be like next year's gonna be hope.
Yeah, there's hope.
Yeah, no, there is, but
Why?
it is what it is. They couldn't make it in the play-in tournament. If it's going to be a thing going forward, I like it, but
Yeah.
tweak it a little bit. Get rid of that weird extra game for the 10 seed. Don't disrespect them like that. They had to win to get in.
Yeah, make
Let
them
them
play
win
the
to
7
get
and
in.
then if they win.
Exactly.
So
Like-
they have to work harder. So they have to defend it, whereas the Wizards get a second chance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
'Cause, like,
kind of BS. If you
I'm
ask
pretty sure
me.
the Wizards were 7, Celtics were 8, Hornets were or no, I don't know how it worked out, but like the Celtics and Wizards shouldn't have played each other if they're the 2 better teams. They should have each played. 7 should have played 10 and 8 should have played 9.
Yeah.
And then it's like if you're the 10 seed, you shouldn't beat 7.
Dude,
But
who is like in there?
Who
that's
designed
making
this?
up?
It's
Yeah.
dumb.
I don't know.
The idea is cool. the execution and the layout of it makes no sense.
Just do
Well,
it
it
like a
makes it-
straight March Madness. One, you win, you're in. You lose, you're out.
Yeah.
Like, that's all
and
you have
leave
to
it
do.
at that.
Well, because now
Make
it's
it
like
simple.
the big thing used to be just get to 8th place and then you're good. But now it's like now you have to get to 6th place because then you're for sure in.
And I
and
like
then-
that because now you don't have that end of the year tank that happens, which is
Yeah.
like, oh, well, now we're just going to rest our stars because
Yeah,
We're not gonna
we're
make
9th
it.
place and we're 7 games out and there's 6 games left. It's like, oh, well, it doesn't matter.
it gives you a chance. I like the idea of it, and I'm cool with it staying as long as they make that one tweak that we all seem to agree on.
Yeah.
But the Wizards, basically, they get a second chance. And you know, Westbrook is on the Wizards. What is he having another year where he averages a triple double?
Yep, he's averaging just over a triple double, and he passed Oscar Robinson
For the most all time.
Yeah, which
Is cool. But the funny thing about Westbrook is he has all these numbers, and then he goes to the teams he's on don't really achieve much outside of his personal accolades.
Yeah. Really?
Like, when-
Honestly. Like,
What is it? OKC made the championship game when they had him, Harden.
they didn't have,
KD.
it was him and KD. Harden was gone before they started.
I thought Harden was there when they lost to the Heat. I thought he was the 6th man of the year that year.
Yeah, that year. So then once Harden got good, he was gone.
Yeah,
So
but so it's still the outside of that one year, and then from that point on, they've been a not bottom team, but like bottom half of the playoff teams.
Yeah. it's been since
How much is it helping?
since Westbrook's been the star of a team and been getting those triple doubles. Because when he was first playing with KD, he didn't get triple doubles, and they were winning more games.
Yeah,
Now he gets triple doubles, and it doesn't.
they're 34 and 38.
but like, it's just like, there's not like, he doesn't have like a super team. So it's like, it's hard to compete when you're just one guy. Like look at Zach LaVine.
Yeah, but I feel
Before
like I feel like to a certain extent with Westbrook, it's how much he runs the game actually hurts the way the team plays.
Yeah,
I'm not saying
what
he's
I've always
bad.
thought.
And you know, they're 34 and 38. They're just under 500. But you'd figure if a guy averages a triple double and has the most all time, and he's what, like 32 years old or whatever,
Yeah, he's
they would be a better team. But there comes a certain point where you're overdoing it and doing too much, and it actually hurts the team around you.
Yeah, I get that. But like,
my whole thing
I'm
is
just-
he's getting triple doubles. You figured usually when you get a triple double, your team wins, or like
they
when you
don't.
when you score 60 points, you win. I feel like most of the time when Russell Westbrook goes crazy with stats, they lose.
Yeah.
Which normally you do stats to help your team.
It's just weird. But Bobby, sorry, we cut you off. Go
But
ahead.
we lived in the era of super team. Like, you have to have a super team to even compete now. And like, I just feel like he's never really got much help.
Well, he was brought to Houston after they went to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, so it was him,
And it was him and Harden and
it was like Clint Capella, and
they had a good team. All right, point is they
Eric
had a good
Gordon.
team.
But
My whole thing is like, right?
I don't
you
think
look
he
at-
works well with other players that need to have the ball go through them
We'll
as well.
say
Yeah,
super team
like-
is 3 players. So you got Bradley Beal, Russell Westbrook. Who's the third guy that you would put on that team, Bobby, that makes them, second place?
ooh, that's
And then what happens to Westbrook's stats? Because, like, say you put Anthony Davis on there, he's not going to get 13 rebounds a game. Anthony Davis is going to be in the post getting a bunch.
I just don't think there's many players that play well with Westbrook, or maybe it's that he doesn't play well with other players.
My whole thing is like, say Westbrook gets traded to Philadelphia and Ben Simmons is off the team. So now it's Joel Embiid and Russell Westbrook. I think he doesn't get as many triple doubles this year, but Philadelphia still is first or second in the East. I would say he needs to start playing with teams, and like when he goes to play with Harden, get more assists, get more rebounds, get less points.
Facilitate.
Or if he's going to play with Embiid, get more points, get more assists, get less rebounds. You don't need to be in the paint
Yeah.
if you got Joel Embiid.
No, we're not denying that Westbrook is uberly talented.
Yeah.
Like, he is a very good
Yeah.
basketball player.
But
I just think he doesn't work very well with other like top talent. And that's why he's not even able to be on a super team.
no, I kind of get that, like a little bit. But again, I just feel like he doesn't have much help on the Wizards.
He might not get the most help,
Yeah.
but
I see that. I'm just thinking that like what you're saying, like say Embiid comes to the Wizards, I think he doesn't get as many triple doubles.
yeah, he probably
So
doesn't.
it's like, okay, so now, they're 42 and 40. So it's like they're above 500, but now he gets 8 triple doubles this year instead of 15.
Yeah, it's
but
just tough. I mean, he doesn't seem to be a player that like truly fits in a system.
Yeah,
He doesn't strike me as a system player,
He makes
and there's
the
nothing.
Russell Westbrook system.
Sorry.
He makes the Russell Westbrook
Yeah,
system.
and there's nothing wrong with being like if you're as good as he is, and you do it your own way. Sure, that's cool and all, but if it's actually hurting your team, or you're not able to dish it out and facilitate more, and it slows down the rest of your team to where they're just not playing as well. Because if the entire game plan is get the ball to Russ, let him do whatever he's going to do. He's going to make some crazy drive to the net. He's going to get some crazy rebound, whatever. But if you can't play well with the other guys on your team, it doesn't work. Like you look at a great example is if you watched the Jordan documentary, he talked about how he had to learn how to use his teammates.
Yeah.
And that was what's finally made things change, and the switch happened for that Bulls dynasty, is when he started to trust his teammates and use them more. That's what got him over the hump.
Yeah,
I'll
give you that.
Not saying Westbrook is Michael Jordan, but that might be what he has to learn to do that to get over the hump.
My bold prediction is 2-3 years, if he's still playing, he'll be a MVP and championship contender because he'll lose his ability to jump for rebounds and go to the paint so hard. So he'll be forced into becoming more of a passer and shooter.
What an interesting
Which is
prediction.
weird because, think you get older, you get worse. But I feel like once he gets older, won't be jumping as much. He won't be sprinting as much around. So he'll have to learn the game.
Yeah, he's a crazy good athlete.
At a human, he is superhuman.
I've always been a fan of him. But
me too.
I like Russell Westbrook.
No, I get what
him.
you're kind of saying. I think he just does too much.
Yeah.
Like
he doesn't use I don't think he uses his teammates enough, or maybe he doesn't trust them enough.
Which, I mean, I don't blame him.
Still.
He's like, man, the rest of the way you got Russell Westbrook, and then you got a bunch of nobodies.
And then we're out there on the court.
It's like LeBron in Cleveland.
Cleveland.
Kevin Love and Kyrie, man. Come on.
And Tristan Thompson.
Yeah.
Kyle
JR.
Korver. Matthew Dellavedova.
Yeah, J.R. Smith. Oh, God.
The Henny.
That guy stinks, sorry.
That guy
But
stinks.
no, like that's the thing with Westbrook, though. Like it's like I said, if he can learn to use his teammates more and trust them and not feel like he needs to do everything for that offense and defense and everything, that will help the team so much more.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from with that.
And it's something he needs to learn to do. I don't think he's very good at that, and that's why I say it's almost hurting his team and his team's performances when he's like this. He's still very good. I'm not saying he's not good. I'm not saying he's bad, but he needs to kind of learn how to be a teammate a little bit more and not just pad the stats. And that is, I don't has he ever won an MVP?
I believe he did.
Did he?
Yeah, I think he won one the year when they lost to Golden State when they were up 3-1. I think he won the MVP that.
That was like his first truly like crazy year, I think,
Yeah,
right?
I'm gonna look it up because I don't want that's my sport. I should know.
Yeah, that's your sport, Nick. You
Hey,
should be an encyclopedia.
So you obviously don't think he should be MVP this year.
Yeah, he's not my MVP pick this year. Mine, I'm going with it's probably an unpopular or uncommon pick, but I'm gonna go with Luka over down in Dallas.
Yeah,
I mean, hey, Dallas is back, baby.
Yeah, true. Hey, I have them go. I have them going to the finals.
Oh well.
Yeah. So hey.
No, I think Luka's impact on that team goes beyond his numbers in a very heavily statistic-based award. Let's not kid ourselves.
Yeah.
MVP in any league is really based around stats.
Yeah, it is.
But his impact on that team, I mean, think about how quickly they've turned it around now. They were kind of bottom dwellers for a little bit.
Because especially when they got him too, they didn't think he was going to be. It's like, okay, he's going to be a really good player.
Yeah,
but
everyone thought he was a reach.
Yeah,
it was similar to when the Knicks took Porzingis, and everyone's like, "What are we?" What?
And now they have both of those players.
Yeah, now both of them are on Dallas, and that's
they're
Dallas.
both like superstar players.
They're very good.
Well,
That's
all Europeans, and they're like, "Oh, wait, basketball players come from Europe."
Yeah, see, Arturo, AK, he needs to figure that out for the
Tim
Bulls.
Duncan.
Right, but yeah, that's why I'm going with Luka. He has a bigger impact, and his stats. He's no slouch, right? He's averaging 28. I think he averaged just under 30 a game, 27.7, basically 9 assists, 8 rebounds. So he had a good year. statistically guys had better years, sure, but you look at like what Dallas has accomplished and how big of a factor he is in that like turnaround for them. That's why I'm picking him as MVP. And I wanted to be different and not just like, oh, LeBron James. I didn't want. It's the same reason why I don't just pick Mike Trout to win the MVP for the.
Wow.
MVP.
Okay, throw some more shade at me for what I picked him.
No, I'm sorry.
Yes, I
almost threw shade at your current pick, but I was like, I'm not gonna be that much of a dick.
Hey, I picked Steph Curry, and Russell Westbrook did win it in 2017, by the way.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah. But
I thought he won it. But.
I picked Steph Curry, and I feel like he should win. I don't think he's going to win.
LeBron thinks he should win too.
But looking at Steph Curry, you take him. I always take the guy off the team. What does the team do?
That was my logic with Luka.
If you take Steph Curry off that team is last place in the West, and they have no shot of being in the play-in tournament.
I don't know if Dallas is last place, but they're definitely.
They're
hoping to be a play-in team if he's not there.
When they knew that Clay wasn't coming back all year, everyone was like, "All right, Steph Curry cannot lead a team." I was definitely included. I was like, Steph Curry's gonna have an amazing year, but the Warriors will struggle.
Mm-hmm.
And they did for the first half, and so did Curry. And then all of a sudden, he was like, "You know what? I'm still the best shooter in the NBA." And he was like, "Boom! I'm gonna take off. I'm gonna take this team to the playoffs." And that's what he did.
Yeah, he has popped off. He's gone nuts. And what is he like? 8? And it's got to be less than 83s. We talked about it like a week or two ago. Never mind. I digress.
He's going to get next year.
He's going to be the all-time 3-point field goal leader.
It's insane.
And he's going to have many years to pad that as well.
Yeah.
For sure.
Beating one of the greats, Kyle Korver. Bulls legend Kyle Korver.
Oh my God. But my pick was the Joker, Nikola Jokic. Dude, I always struggle with his name.
Just call him the Joker.
Dude, he's been having an amazing year. I'll give him credit. Murray went out. Everyone wrote him off. You guys definitely did. I did too. But
did I write them off?
I don't know. We just
talked so many sports things. I can't remember.
We talked about how we thought that they weren't going to go very far in the playoffs.
Oh, okay.
But he's averaging 26 points a game, 10 rebounds, 8 assists. He's literally single-handedly carrying this team into the playoffs.
I don't disagree. I think he might actually win it. Yeah. I just didn't want to copy you, and I didn't want to copy you or Nick and be like, "Oh yeah, I also thought that way."
I feel like that's kind of how it goes. Stats wise, you would look at him and you're like, "Oh, it's normally it's someone's leading in points, someone's leading in assists, and then someone else who's leading in assists is also leading in rebounds." So it's like a toss up. Then you look at Jokic and you're like, "Okay, best player on one of the best teams, and he's doing everything."
And he's a center. Dude, you don't see many centers putting up this numbers.
No, you're looking at Anthony Davis, but even this is kind of above Anthony Davis.
Oh, it's he's having a great year.
That's insane.
Yeah.
No, I don't disagree with you. Yeah. Honestly, I think if I'm being a realist about it, it's probably going to be Nikola Jokic, or Steph Curry.
And mind you, he has not missed a whole game this season.
That's one of the biggest things.
That's an impressive thing, especially as a big man too.
Yeah. And especially coming off the shortest time in between playoffs and start of the next season.
Yeah. No, I mean, another name out there that's been thrown around, Joel Embiid.
Yeah,
he's
very good, but
I just want Dame time to win one. Dame is probably my favorite player in the
Damian
NBA
Lillard?
that doesn't play for the the Bulls. But favorite player that doesn't play for the Bulls. Maybe even favorite player in the NBA right now.
I do like Damian Lillard.
So underrated.
That man can shoot threes.
Yeah.
No, he is very good.
Did you see when he just nailed it from half court?
All the time?
Yeah. How? I wish I could shoot like that.
Well, let's get some more reps and we'll find ourselves.
No, I don't want to. I want to play. What's that game?
10?
Yeah, I want to play 10 with you.
With me?
Yeah.
With you don't or do?
I know I don't. For some reason, you just drain them. You'll miss them every single time.
I'm so confused with that conversation. Let's go.
Just give me my AK. Give me my shot, man. I can't hit corner threes though.
Yeah, but you're also going to be just shooting.
No,
because you'll be.
No,
3 feet shorter than
All-
any 3 you've ever taken.
Dude, he'll miss every 3 he takes, and then we play 10. And he drains like 10 in a row. Like
Yeah, I just had to get my shot. You know, I had to.
Had to
I'll be out there-
calibrate the angles.
Yeah.
I'll be out there in warm-ups, brick,
Yeah.
brick, and then the next thing you know, I'll be looking like Steph Curry. I'll hit.
Okay. Goes over 15 game winner from half court, makes it. Oh,
You can't leave me open. You can't. Ice in my veins.
Anyway,
You really threw me off bringing up 10.
I feel
though.
like we should probably not talk about basketball ever again.
Yeah, we
Just
lost
happened.
all credibility with
Yeah.
this conversation, with the way this conversation went. So let's talk about a sport we really love. Nick's favorite.
My absolute
NFL. Wait,
NFL.
hold up. Before we get into the schedule release, Tebow is back, baby. All right, and as a tight end,
It's Tebow time.
it's
baby.
Tebow time, man. I'm excited to see this. I don't know how good
Dude,
he'll be.
I don't even think he makes the opening day roster.
Come on, man. Give him a little
He
bit
went
more
from
credit.
quarterback, didn't really pan out. Then he's like, you know what? I'm going to go play baseball. Still didn't pan out. He's like, you know what? Tight end.
I can be a tight end. Hey, you know what?
Next thing you know, he's going to be in the G League throwing
I
up
can't
some
wait.
threes.
I do kind of hope he makes the roster and catches a touchdown pass from Trevor Lawrence.
That would be kind of cool. I mean, dude.
Dude, Taysom Hill as a
Yeah, if
tight
you
end
took-
is going to have some problems for fantasy. Do you go Tebow or do you go Taysom Hill? Because you never know. You never know he's going to all of a sudden be quarterback for
Man.
one game and screw over the whole
Oh,
season.
that screwed me last year.
Hey,
but
all I'm saying, man had Aaron Hernandez. Watch out, man. He's going to be a great tight end.
shut
Oh
up.
my god. Okay,
No,
so
but
what
Tebow-
I think
Tebow time is back. Regardless, though, Bears schedule.
Bears schedule.
Let me give a quick rundown for those of you that don't know it off the top of your head. So 17 games, open at LA, Sunday Night Football, exciting stuff. Nick, you're probably picking them to lose that one, I bet.
Yeah.
But we'll get into a full breakdown, and then they go home against Cincinnati, next week Cleveland, then Detroit, Las Vegas Raiders, Green Bay, Tampa Bay, San Francisco, Pittsburgh Steelers, bye week, Baltimore Ravens, Detroit Lions on Thanksgiving. I always love the Thanksgiving game.
Yeah, I
So
was mad that we didn't get one.
I'm
this
excited
year.
for that one. Arizona Cardinals at Green Bay versus Minnesota at Seattle versus New York at Minnesota. Done.
Wow, it's 17 games and a bye week. Woo.
Woo! Gotta catch my breath.
Okay, I'm gonna start off what I think. I feel like the Bears are that weird team where you could say 7-10 and you can say all the way to 10-7. Like it's who's gonna show up week one? Is it gonna look like they're together? Because like I could see them having a year like last year where they start off hot. I could also see them having a complete opposite where they start off absolutely stone cold and then it's all of a sudden like we're 1-6 and it's like what are we gonna
They
do?
got a rough schedule. Like
No, I think they
like-
have. It's rated the second toughest schedule.
it's
So
it's
But I
gonna
feel
be
like
tough.
they're the second hardest schedule with the assumption that Aaron Rodgers is going to be the starting quarterback. If he isn't, I'm going to add one more win and take away one loss from what my prediction
okay.
is.
Okay.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean, also
yeah,
you
yeah,
gotta factor in we're playing AFC North teams, and
It's a good division.
like the Steelers are the worst in that division now.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and I mean,
Bengals are still.
oh yeah,
I would say- I would say
I say
Bengals are
Bengals,
the
but
worst.
like,
But yeah,
like
Yeah, no,
and then-
it's
the fact that the Steelers are even mentioned as being in the bottom part
Yeah,
of that
like,
division.
yeah,
is-
it's a tough
crazy.
cross conference schedule for sure, and they have to go to Vegas. Which, by the way, guys, let us know. Should we go to that Vegas game?
dude, I would
Let us
love-
know. We'll put a poll out on
As could be,
Twitter.
It's like,
We'll put a poll out on Twitter. Maybe we'll be going live before that Bears game in
Dude, they
Vegas.
have literally a dance floor in the end zone.
We'll bring the garage to the dance floor.
Yeah,
We'll make it
set up our
happen.
table and it's like,
it's
who
like
the
a
heck are
DJ
these
and
guys out
everything.
here?
Let me
It's
get
crazy.
let me
It's
get
like
in
a
touch
straight
with
dance
John
floor.
Gruden, see what we can do. But okay, so Bears record predictions after hearing all 17 games plus the bye week. Forget about preseason. I'm not going back to read those. All I know is they play the Dolphins. That's all I got.
Dolphins, Bills, and
I'm
Titans.
going with the Bears are going to be 10-7. I figure they'll sweep Minnesota. They'll sweep the Lions, lose one to Green Bay as they do. And then I'm not going to.
Yeah, I feel we just go.
Yeah, I don't
when
wanna-
it gets closer to the season.
I don't
then
want to dive that
we can
much
go
in
week by
depth.
week.
We'll,
Talk
we'll
about
break.
who-
We'll do a more in depth
I-
breakdown. I'm just going 10-7.
Yeah, I feel like it could definitely float that way. If Blake Bortles is in Green Bay
Whoa,
at the
come
start
on,
of the season,
man. Don't
That's
do
like
Blake.
Andrew's favorite quarterback. That's
I'm a huge Blake Bortles
not a
fan.
I
starter.
do too. They did an interview and they asked him like, what would you be doing if you weren't in the NFL? And he's just like, I'd just be working, blasting cigs. Like, like that was his answer. Like,
Dude,
all
I
right.
love Blake Bortles. He kills me.
I
He's one
do
of those
like
guys.
it.
I feel like he's like, it's like, you know what? If I play, I play. If I don't, you know what? I'm
Yeah,
still
I
gonna
feel
have a
like
good
'cause he's
time.
one of those guys that like should have never made it to the NFL.
But he was there and he's like, well, I guess I'm
Like he's sitting there,
that's
and he gets
me.
the call. He's like, wait, you're drafted. Well, this was a joke the whole time. Oh my,
he's
oh man.
sitting there on draft day. He's like, there's no way I go 3rd overall to Jacksonville. Jacksonville's like, hey man, we're taking you 3rd overall. He's like, oh man.
He's like, I was just getting ready to blast some cigs, man.
I just feel
I had
bad
my 9
for.
to 5 lined
That
up.
just makes me even feel worse for Al Robinson. Dude wants to blast cigs, then he goes to a quarterback who just loves to kiss titties. It's like man,
Good Lord.
now he's going. He's got 80
Mitch, baby.
No, now he has Justin Fields, man.
Well,
And
yeah.
well, Dalton first.
Yeah, with Dalton
But
first. But who
I
knows?
like Blake Bortles. Either way,
I do.
whatever.
But
So-
I feel like if he's the starter for Green Bay, we probably get 2 wins.
Okay.
But
All
as
in
of
all-
right now, Aaron Rodgers is still in Green Bay. We don't know what's going to go on with that. So I'm going to go 9-8.
9-8.
Yeah.
do you have him? So you have him sweeping Minnesota, sweeping Detroit,
Yeah.
and losing 1 to Green Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like they could definitely get 2. Well, I have Green Bay beating them twice, actually. Sorry. Just how it goes with Green Bay,
See,
man.
because
We
I
always
have,
lose. But-
I have them losing to Green Bay once, but winning to Green Bay at home, and then also that plays into if Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback, I think they're winning both.
Yeah.
Okay.
And-
I think they're splitting Minnesota. And
Really?
I'm hard to say that. It's hard to say that I think they're going to split with Detroit because they almost lost that game last year to Detroit,
Also, you gotta
but they
factor in.
but they didn't. So I'm saying 8-9. I think me and Bobby are probably really close in the non-conference. He just has them losing both to Green Bay, and I have them winning 1 against Green Bay and then losing 1 against
Yeah.
Minnesota or
Yeah,
Detroit.
like the Cardinals, they could go either way. Like
We'll give a full breakdown
like,
more.
It's really
Once
once you get into each team, it's like
Bobby's going through. He's like, wait a second, let me adjust.
okay,
Like, I think 9-8.
We'll bring corrected or adjusted numbers later on when it gets closer to the season, and we've been able to see and hear how other teams are doing with
we'll
their.
know who's the starting quarterback for our team, but we'll also hopefully know who the starting quarterback
Dalton's
going to
be the starter for
is
the
Green
to
Bay.
start the
dude,
season.
I don't know with all this stuff.
No, he's
I'm
going to be the
feeling
starter to start the
confident in
season.
Justin
He's going to
Fields,
start
man.
the season.
Andy Dalton will be starting. I have no
I
clue
don't-
what's going to happen in Green Bay.
Yeah,
Aaron Rodgers in Hawaii right now. He might never come back. He might
for all we know, he might not.
Yeah, dude, and your
No, but
your biggest move is to go and get Blake Bortles.
that's a good man.
And
I
yeah,
mean,
Jordan
I-
Love. I mean, I don't know, man. That's
But that move signing him, they clearly do not think
They're
Jordan
not
Love is
confident
ready.
that Rodgers
Yeah.
will be back.
And
but-
I don't think they think Love is ready. Like
I get.
if you
Yeah,
sign
we'll
Blake
have to-
Bortles, like he's obviously probably going to be your starter if you don't have Rodgers.
Yeah, I mean, we'll
think
we'll
you'd have
see.
to,
We
yeah.
have no idea. It's a huge mystery right now
But
going on in
it's-
Green Bay.
what are we 4 months
It's-
away? We're still 4 months
I'm
away
just
from
saying,
opening
hey,
opening
Yeah.
weekend.
Adrian Amos, you laughed at us. All right, now we get to laugh at you. All right. When
For
we
the-
signed Dalton, then
Yeah.
just laughed at us.
We can
signed
laugh.
Bortles.
We can laugh until Aaron Rodgers comes back. And he's like, "Haha, I was joking. I'm going to dominate the NFL."
and
we're
win
like,
MVP.
I really hope he doesn't.
And then
come
we'll
back.
cry.
Oh, I know it'd break my heart.
I know.
But hey, we'll see how that all plays out. We'll
Yeah.
break it down after we know some more information, get some insight from some certain people. We have our sources. Don't worry about it.
And,
yeah.
and rookie camps, Justin Fields
Yeah.
is
He
looking great, man.
he looked great.
It's
No one cares, Bobby.
It's exciting. We'll break, Bobby. We will get into it. Put it away, man.
Hey,
Calm
man,
down.
I'm
Take a
excited
deep
for this
breath.
We're
season.
still 4 months away.
Yeah, hey.
Dude, hit your jewel real quick.
Hey,
We're
I'm
probably
just saying-
we're probably like 17 months away from the time
all I'm
Justin
saying.
Fields steps on
I'm
the
excited
field.
for football season.
We-
I'm ready for it to just be
Yeah,
here. already, all right?
we will get there. Take a deep
Bobby's
breath.
like,
Come on, breathing exercises.
fast forward the summer.
Breathing
Yeah,
exercises.
like let's just skip this summer. Let's get to a fall. All right.
Yeah, but it's exciting to talk about.
Yeah.
And there will be exciting moments throughout the season. There will be exciting games to watch. The one that I'm specifically looking forward to is the Tampa versus New England, Belichick versus Brady. We already know that game is going to get more coverage than anything we've watched outside of the Super Bowl for the NFL. Like, it's going to be all over the
It's
place.
revenge game for Bill.
Yeah, Brady's going to win.
Even though
and then
they
we're
haven't
gonna be
played
like,
against
oh,
each other,
so
right?
Brady made Belichick. What?
They've never played against Brady has not played against Belichick yet.
No,
He
he
just
didn't
won
play
the
last
Super
year.
Bowl.
No, they didn't.
So we don't even know. Maybe
Brady's,
Bill is just gonna go out there and dominate him.
Tampa's gonna win.
I think so. Because, there was something that came out that Brady literally said, like, the reason why he was playing so bad in the beginning is he said he, like, didn't even know the playbook, like, in the beginning. For Tampa.
He was sitting out there, the only player. He's like, I know Gronk. I don't know these other guys.
Who
Who are you people?
Like, I
Who's that
think you
tall
definitely
dude wearing
saw it
number
towards the end of the
13?
season. If that is true, because you saw he played way better in that.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I think
end of the season.
he just got comfortable. He might not have even known the player. He just got comfortable with his players.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, Mike Evans is good. Like,
Yeah.
I've been told he's good, but now I know he's good.
Yeah, so this is what like legitimate wide receiving talent around me. is
yeah,
like.
I definitely think Tampa's taking that.
Yeah, I think they'll win that one.
Interesting game to watch. It'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, I'll be looking forward to that.
What else?
But I got the Browns and Chiefs. Dude, it was a close game.
That
that
rematch
playoff.
of the playoff
Yeah.
game. I
And-
thought the Browns got kind of cheated out a
Yeah.
couple times. Specifically, there was the one illegal hit leading with the crown that wasn't called.
Yeah.
I
that-
thought for sure that should have been called.
Yeah.
But whatever, it wasn't called. I
And-
thought the Browns got cheated out of it, though.
I think
really
so too.
do.
I honestly do. And you just got to think the Browns have only gotten better.
Yeah.
Like, their defense has gotten way better over
Mhm.
this offseason. And I think they have a chance to
Yeah,
beat the
and
Chiefs.
I
Like,
do want to. I don't mean like they got cheated out, like the refs intentionally screwed them. I just thought they were the ones who got hurt by the missed calls more.
Yeah.
The ball was definitely bouncing in favor of Kansas City that game.
Yeah.
It just felt like one of those things where like, man, everything.
I feel like you always break that down, like when it's a big, like the Chiefs are probably the better team, and then it's like, oh, they keep coming at him, It's like, but every time there's a big crucial call,
It
flips
goes in,
the other way.
yeah, that's what it was. Everything
and-
like went in favor of the Chiefs. We're talking about what I still thought was a very obvious
Yeah. And it's just
illegal
like,
hit
I
that
felt
got
like
missed.
that last punt, they should have just went for it, at least tried. They shouldn't have just turned it over.
Yeah, it just whatever. That'll be exciting to watch. I'm a fan of Baker, so I'm rooting for
I am
him.
too.
I really thought the Browns could have pulled it off in the playoffs last year.
Yeah, I would have liked to see him make a run.
Yeah, but Nick, you have another
I also
Playoff
picked a
rematch.
Chiefs game and a Bills Chiefs just because
the
I
battle
feel like
of the arms.
Josh Allen keeps getting better and better, and
Mhm.
Mahomes is still one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL for the past like couple of years, you would say.
Yeah,
But I feel like Josh Allen's he's shrinking the gap a lot faster than people expected.
I personally think Allen's got a stronger arm.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I think
He's got a cannon.
I think it's just
it's tough. Those two are tough to compare.
when Mahomes starts off at such a high level, he really, there's only so high you can go. Josh Allen started out where you'd expect him to start out, and then all of a sudden he just exponentially shot up, and now you're like,
he had a huge rise.
Yeah, because I mean, dude, that first year it was looking pretty rough.
and
like,
with Stephon Diggs,
Yeah, well,
like playing, same thing like you were talking about Brady, like chemistry wise and getting to know the playbook. Like the more he gets to throw the ball to Stephon Diggs, and like
the better.
once they get a solid running game where it's like, we're confident in running the ball, I feel like that's probably where the Chiefs just kind of took them to it. Because it's like Josh Allen turns the ball over, they punt it. And now Mahomes could be like, I'm going to give it to Clyde Edwards-Helaire or whoever I can give it to. We're just going to run some clock. You're going to force Allen into unfriendly waters.
yeah,
Like, he doesn't
honestly,
wanna
I
be
feel
there.
like that was their biggest downfall. Like they didn't have a running game.
They couldn't control.
Yeah.
They couldn't just be like, hand it off 3 times or just eat some clock. And
Yeah.
then, we're going to run some good plays.
But I had Josh Allen for fantasy, so worked in my favor.
Yeah,
Man was a stud.
no, he's very good.
Dude,
I'm a
he's-
big fan of Josh
I-
Allen.
I like him.
He's got a cannon for an arm.
I like
he's
the young Bucks
sneaky
going
athletic
against each
too.
other.
He's pretty fast. He's
Yeah.
a good mobile quarterback too. But he just, the ball just explodes out of his hand.
Yeah,
And
dude,
he's freaking big. He's just a big dude.
Yeah.
Like, to
Like-
be honest, I never thought a quarterback from Wyoming would amount to anything, but man,
He's very good.
He's very good.
Corn-fed farm boy who just comes out and he's like, I'm bigger than all of you.
He was that's another good pick. Plus I think we might see Allen versus Mahomes as like one of the 2 powerhouse matchups at quarterback.
Oh yeah, for years.
You had the Manning versus Brady I think we're going to see it kind of be similar like that with Allen and Mahomes because they're both very strong armed quarterbacks, can make any throw. Allen's a little bit more athletic and mobile, but Mahomes is very smart with when he uses his legs.
Yeah.
So,
I like throwing the third with the Manning, Brady, Breeze. I like throwing right now. It's like Mahomes, Allen, and Baker Mayfield. He's kind of like slightly down more.
no Lamar.
I feel like Lamar doesn't remind me of those guys. Lamar is a different kind of just because
Okay,
he's so
fair
mobile
enough.
as a quarterback.
Yeah.
I look at it more as like Breeze and Brady, and then Mahomes and Allen, and then you look at Baker Mayfield more as like Matt Ryan. Like he's up there with stats and like he's a good quarterback, but he's like not quite on that level.
Gotcha.
yet.
Okay, fair enough.
And then Lamar is just a guy who can throw and run and just like,
Yeah, no.
is he going to break my ankles or is he going to throw the ball 40 yards over my head and they're going to get a touchdown? It's like, I don't know what's going to happen.
It's like weird because like after Brady, it's like that generation of quarterbacks is like almost done. Like,
yeah, it will be weird
and
to
it's
think
like
about.
we have a whole
And
transition.
that's when
into these
Peyton
new
comes
guys.
back.
Yeah, but this is what it's like to grow up
Yeah,
in those different eras. Like
Yeah.
people went through it with Montana.
yeah. But
I
No,
don't want to
I
say
mean, it's
Terry
like-
Bradshaw. but Terry
Terry
Bradshaw.
all right, come
Roger
on, dude.
Staubach.
He's old as dirt.
Still giving away his money, though. Fox
Yeah,
NFL Sunday.
talking about his shingles and everything.
Hey, dude, he has some zingers, man.
No, I like
Yeah,
Terry
he's
Bradshaw. I'm
got-
just
he's
saying
got
he was
some
never
more-
like
Yeah,
he's a Hall of Fame quarterback, but he was not like what we view Hall of Fame quarterbacks as today.
yeah.
But whatever. Moving on.
All right, so Nick, you got your question of the week.
Yeah, question of the week. Again, not super sport related, kind of like the last one. I mean, it was
Okay,
sports
that's
related,
fair.
but
I like it. Mix it up.
we talked about Moneyball a lot. I just have what is your all-time favorite sports movie? It's like
Oh, I
centered
got
around-
the answer right
Centered
away.
around sports. Like,
Oh, yeah.
All right, you say yours first.
I already know it.
All right.
Nick, you probably know it. Remember the Titans.
okay, I figured.
Greatest.
I figured.
Not
that was
only
your
is that
favorite.
like my number one favorite movie of all time, so obviously it's number one sports movie of all time. Beautiful movie, a work of art. Denzel Washington does what he does best and just kicks ass in that
No,
movie.
I agree with you. It's
I just have one question for you, Nick. How many feet are in a mile?
a lot.
I don't remember
5,280, something around there.
Well, damn it, Petey, you grab this ball and you carry it when you run every one of them. I love that movie. Oh,
ooh, this is a tough
Louis
one.
Elastic and Ryan Reynolds beat in that movie. No, not Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling,
And
an
you're just-
absolute liability at cornerback. Great movie.
Dude, it's a
Getting
great
beat
movie.
like he stole something.
He's getting beat like he stole something.
Dude,
Break my foot.
all right, let's
off
see,
and-
Andrew. Do you know mine?
No,
Dude, growing up, we watched it how many times?
I thought you were about to say grown up. So I'm like, dude,
Is it
there's a
comedy?
basketball scene in it for like 2
no,
minutes.
it's not like comedy.
what is? I don't know.
Come on, man.
Give me a hint.
Friday.
Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, dude, Friday Night Lights. I love that
wow,
movie.
no,
I
man.
thought you were more into like the TV show than the movie.
Nah, dude, the movie's way better.
Okay,
Than the TV show.
I didn't know. I knew
Yeah.
you watched the show.
Yeah, dude.
Because everyone who loved the movie is like, I'm gonna at least watch a show for, and then it's like, oh,
Yeah, it's like
they put like one season in, and it's like they haven't explained anything what happened in the movie.
yeah,
It's
the
not the
movie.
same.
The movie is all football, and the show is like drama.
Yeah,
High
Like,
school.
Yeah, it's like I still watch the show because
The
I
show's
watch
like
it for the
Can
football.
you hold this?
No, it's can you touch that?
Oh, is that what it is?
yeah, it's putting the ring in it. It's a great movie.
Okay, Nick, yours.
Well, I'm gonna go basketball movie because you guys picked football movies. I always get torn between two because I really like Coach Carter. It's
I was
one of
gonna
my
say
It's
that
one
was
of-
the first one I was.
it's one of my favorite basketball
was
movies
the other
to
one
watch.
Space Jam.
No, the other one I'm talking about is Glory Road.
Oh God, I don't.
That's
know.
that's a
never seen
good
it.
like history of basketball, but like Coach Carter is just like a classic basketball movie. Glory Road is the story about how the first all black team to play in the NCAA tournament. So it talks about how the guy like goes
Oh,
around
okay.
and stuff like that. So like I
Wait.
like that for that aspect of like
Is it like El Paso? is it-
Texas Western.
Texas
is
Western.
the- is the
Okay,
college
I think
team.
I have.
But
seen
like
it.
it's
props. You're close.
it's
Yeah.
based off of that. So like that's a good like sports movie. It's like
Mhm.
history wise, but like Coach Carter is such a like
Coach
yeah,
Carter's
Coach Carter's a
classic.
good movie.
Samuel L.
man.
Jackson just being a basketball coach, being like, oh my gosh, if I don't listen to him, it's like I might be dead tomorrow. Like
This man.
Dude, Miracle too. That's
Miracle's a great.
That's a
once you
great
start
one.
thinking about sports movies, it's like all of a sudden
I'm
it's like
still standing tall. I might watch Remember the Titans tomorrow now because of this conversation.
Dude, Andrew, I thought you were gonna say Field of Dreams.
No, I've
Dude.
only seen it one time.
Really? No. You've definitely seen. You made me watch it with you.
This is the only time I've watched it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought you were like, we have to watch this.
No,
Like,
I've only seen it the one time. I went there as a kid before ever seeing the movie, so I was like,
Field
hey,
of
we should
Dreams,
watch this.
They
I
do
was
have
at the
Darth
Field of
Vader
Dreams.
in Field of Dreams. That's pretty cool.
What?
They have Darth Vader. James Earl Jones.
Oh, shut up. Okay. It's like, I hate you.
Yeah, but Coach
I
Carter
thought that
for
was
me
your
is-
favorite movie, man.
No, it was not my favorite. I've only seen it one time, and we fell asleep
Yeah, we
watching
did.
it.
You said growing up when you were talking about it, and I thought he was going to say grown ups. I'm like, how is that a sport?
Yeah,
Like, they
dude,
barely
I made
play
like,
basketball.
I've made Andrew watch like Friday Night Lights like
It's a good movie,
a lot of times.
but I'm always gonna pick Remember the Titans.
It's
Too good.
Man, sport movies are good.
Yeah, they're solid.
Yeah, especially when they're like a coming together story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
teams in shambles, and then they come together.
Yeah.
Or sticking
On
the
the
ball
Gettysburg
out at the
Field.
1 yard line, then just getting slammed to the ground, then losing. Sad
Yeah.
music playing, man. Really
Teams
puts you in the
You
feels.
can't. You just blew the whole. Anyone who wanted to watch Friday Night
Dude,
Lights
I've
who have
never seen
it. It's,
Dude, if you haven't seen it, like, all right, it's like it came out in like 2004. I'm pretty sure. Like,
It's your own fault.
yeah,
at
it's
this
your own
point.
fault.
But anyways, yeah. Let us know your favorite sports movies, guys.
Yeah, let us know in the comments
Just-
down below.
yeah, let us
maybe it's
know.
Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off. We don't know.
Oh, dude, I forgot about
It's a Disney Channel movie.
Right? Doesn't he like make fried chicken with like Fruit Loops or something in that?
I don't know. It's,
I don't know.
Bobby,
Yeah,
Bobby
he gives-
plays in that movie.
yeah, he
He's
gives
a
a
baseball
baseball,
player, but
yeah.
like he also has like a cooking.
He's like a
Thing to
cooking
get to.
prodigy or something. Whatever. Let us know in the comments, guys. Thanks for tuning in and listening. If you like what you heard, like what you saw, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Garage Talk Sports. Like us on Facebook, same name, obviously. Follow us on Twitter. Leave any kind of suggestions or anything in our comments. DM us on those. You can send us an email, although I don't expect to ever get an email at this point.
It's the 21st century. Stop asking for
Yeah, I
email.
know, but
having a landline
this is the
phone.
last
Come on.
time I'm trying with the email, guys. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll talk to you next week.
That's it.
See you guys.